flitting the bird with bus users. Now, people will be able to see the series of videos I've done on I call it pseudo charity bus users. They call themselves a charity, but they call themselves a company of charitable status. So, they're kind of playing pick and choose at this point in time, and I do not like people who play pick and choose. It means their motives are confused. But anyway, yes, I just want to quickly get to the punchline of the video right now, and then we can deal with the fodder later on. Right. Although I had witnessed a bus driver flipping a white van man. White! Hi Hamza, how you doing there? I hope miserably. But anyway, so there we have it, right? And I'm completely separate. I haven't complained or anything. That's someone else's job. Right? I know my boundaries. So, yeah, a question I would love to ask bus users: is this a driver attitude issue? Is this an actual crime of some sort? Or is this something maybe along the lines of a gross misconduct? I honestly don't know, and that's why I'm asking the question. Now, people will be seeing the collection of videos I've actually done about bus users as a clear indication I've had an experience with bus users that probably would be described as, I don't know, not so pleasant, and I would have to agree. Yeah. Right, and my complaints about bus users are quite simple. Right, and I only learned this in what you call retrospect. I learned the fact that bus users aren't actually for bus users, they're about bus users. They will back up and defend the bus company, but the customer doesn't get the same level of preferred attention. In fact, if there's any way, shape or form within the complaint that bus users can use as a platform for telling you offer, then they'll do it. That's all I'm going to say. I'll tell you more about my own experience in a moment. Hi, it's Parpet, please. Just myself. I think we've got a comedian on the bus, and what we've learned so far about comedians is they are the butt of the joke, nothing else. But any old road. So it's going to be a fun journey. So as I say, they, in contrast to the actual title, defend the bus company. And the reason is simple. The bus companies are the paymasters. And if you go against the paymasters, you'll end up missing a month's payment, and then you'll end up missing a company's month payment, and then you could end up losing that company as a client. Then you could lose clients, then you could lose the whole deck, and then you would be fucked and you'd be in the job centre. So they'll do everything. Although the customer is bringing a legitimate complaint to their desk, they'll just literally do what I define as a skim read of the complaint, take complaints, and if there's any way of closing the case on you, they will. And they will blow smoke up the bus operator's arse. And that's just the way things go. My complaints are the fact that the first person from bus users are known as Hannah, minus a H at the end. It's always one, isn't there? But what happened was the bus company contacted bus users first, and she contacted their side without hearing my side. By the time I came, she just skipped a proper look at the document I sent her. She skimmed, she grabbed 2 or 3 words, and then with the strength of it, she closed it, citing the case featured abusive language, and that means the original issue between me and the bus company apparently had extremely abusive language. No, it didn't. It featured a performance-based nickname from me about the company. That's all. Did it feature any name about persons? Did it have accusations? No, it had nothing. It was just a nickname that was used in frustration. But anyway, use that against me, close the case. But apart from anything, the person, Hannah, minus a H at the end, her attention to detail was so sparse, she didn't even understand what the problem was. And also, netiquette, internet etiquette states, things like if you're going to be contacting a customer, it's Dear Andrew, not Hey Andrew, and thanks, comma, as a 2-word end, right? So I brought them two things up to her, and apparently that alone is abusive. No, you know what it is? She just didn't like being pulled up, and she knows I had reasonable points to bring. The Carson Hunter, because of the notes on the case, she just sent a plethora of Dear Andrew, thanks for your email, can't answer that, regards Carson Hunter. That is basically just following the animal in front, so to speak. It's her logic, right? There's no questions being asked, it's just kind of copy and paste that. That's going to help anything, but yeah, I made that aware to the CEO, Lydia Horbury, and what else? And I had to send a pre-action letter because Hannah kept using this term, abusive language, and that can land very serious repercussions in the right circumstance. And in this circumstance, there was no right application of that terminology. And that terminology these days now can get guys in a lot of trouble. And then it turns out, in retrospect, actually there's not enough or nothing to support what she's saying. So yeah, that's me kind of finishing my wee thing here on the bus. So there we have it, and I'll catch you soon. Thanks.